Welcome to Favorites of an Unemployed Person with No Life That Just Consumes Media. Hi, I am the unemployed person who has no life that only consumes media. Today, I'm going to be talking about my favorites. So, let's get started. It is a very bright June day, very hot, and I'm sitting in a room that is extremely hot, and I cannot turn on the fan because then you won't be able to hear me properly, so I can talk to you guys. Let's be real, honestly, I have been struggling to find a job for about a year now. I haven't been consistently unemployed. I do some part-time work here and there, but honestly, I haven't found a full-time job in about a year now. I've been searching, nothing. So obviously I sit a lot at home, and as someone who has no friends, no relationship, nothing really going on in my life, I just consume a shit ton of media. And so as you guys would know, I probably have a really good recommendation. Or I will probably tell you something very, 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 very basic that you already know and you're like, that's it. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is shows, okay? I don't know why these past, since my last favorites, which is in February, I think, I've watched a couple of new shows that I really liked, and they all happened to be in May, I think. So it was such a weird thing, because usually I don't watch new shows. I'm the type of person that rewatches the same show on. Yeah, so I go from How I Met Your Mother to New Girl to Family, and then Modern Family's new. I just added it to my rotation, actually. Super Girls, Gilmore Girls. Yes, I watch Gilmore Girls in the fall. This is my show rotation. I don't really watch anything new because I don't like anything new, okay? I know what I like and I just keep watching it. May, I was like, why don't I try this? The Residence, whatever. Let's click on it. I watched The Residence, and let me tell you what I loved it. Seen it online. A lot of people hate Knives Out. Personally, I like Knives Out. I think it's nice. I like the murder mystery, but it's not that serious. It's kind of funny. There's cringy jokes here and there, some corny things happening, but I like it. I think it's fun. The Residence is sort of the same. It's very nice out coded. Basically what happens is the main usher of the White House was killed, and they get this detective. She's quirky. I would call her quirky, and then she comes in and she's trying to solve the murder, and that's the whole thing. It is so good. I love this so much. I hope there's a season 2. I actually didn't look if there's gonna be a season 2 or not, but I really, really liked it, so I'm hoping that there will be a season 2. But yeah, it was a really good show. This time I couldn't guess. I think they just didn't show that person that much, and I think they did that on purpose, and I should have noticed. Maybe I'm not as good at guessing as I think I am. Like The Residence, I think there's something about watching something like that that's not that very serious, that you just sit there and watch, and I really, really enjoyed it. I had such a good time. After I watched The Residence, I watched How to Get Away, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I think that's how it's called. I didn't like it that much. I watched it all, but it didn't feel as good to me as Residence was. I think because Residence, How to Get Away with, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, it's a bit more serious, but The Residence was a bit more funny and not as serious, so I like that so much more. I like all the characters in The Residence. They're all kind of weird and funny, and you kind of I don't know. I enjoyed The Residence quite a bit, and I recommend it. Next up is Man on the Inside. Again, I just clicked on it. I didn't read. That's my problem. I think this is my new tactic, and I've been doing this with books as well, where I don't really read reviews or what people think or the synopsis, because the minute I do so, I'm like, I don't feel like it, and then I don't watch it, and I literally miss out on so many good shows. But this is my new thing starting this year, where I'm just picking up books that I look at them and I go, sure, why not, and I just read them. To do this with shows now, so I clicked on Man on the Inside, didn't think much of it. I actually really liked it. Man on the Inside is basically about a man who retired, who lost his wife. He's retired, he's bored as fuck, and his daughter is like, why don't you try something? Go out of the house, do something. And then there's API, who basically there was a robbery inside an elderly residence, and she was hired to basically figure out who did it, but she obviously cannot go in and investigate because it's an elderly residence. So she hires the man who was retired hires him to basically go inside and find out who basically stole the necklace. And it's really good. I really liked it. It was less about who stole the necklace, while that was kind of there. It's more about the old man and kind of, you know, him rediscovering life and rediscovering that life can be fun and having fun and meeting friends and making friends. And this was so sweet and so cute, so I actually really enjoyed it. The reason why I clicked on this is because, first of all, I knew the guy. He's from The Good Place. That's number one. Number two, I clicked on it because it has Rosa Diaz. Oh yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, another one of my shows, actually. I completely forgot about that. I clicked on it because I love that. I love her as an actress. She's really good. And so I was like, oh, Rosa, watch. I ended up really enjoying it. I highly recommend it. So third show that I watch is Sirens. This I have never watched. White Lotus, okay? Never. But based on what people say it is about, I think Sirens is very similar. Two sisters, okay? And one, she goes to work for this like billionaire family, this insanely rich family on an island. So basically her sister goes to find her because she's like been acting weird and off. So she goes to find her, and also because their dad got dementia. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. It's dementia. Their dad got dementia, and now like she needs help with like taking care of him, and so she was gonna go and ask for help from her sister. And over there she goes and she realizes, I think this may be a cult, and so she starts trying to break her sister out of the cult. It's good. What I like the most about the show, I think, is the ending. It was a type of ending that you go like, you sit there and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Did they genuinely make that the ending? Like, it's also very ironic that how they made the ending and how they chose to make the ending, but it is good. There are funny moments. There are like, it was enough to keep me like paying attention the whole way through, and I watched the entire thing and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's such a good show. Like, I watched more shows. Like, I tried so many other shows. Right now I'm watching The Lincoln Lawyer. That's not bad, but like, I wouldn't say it's my favorite. It's okay, just not my favorite. Same thing with like The Good Guide to Murder. Forgot what it was. Anyway, that one too, I wouldn't call this my favorite. I would just say it's good. So that's why I only included these three. So anyway, you guys should definitely check them out. They're genuinely really good. Yeah, we're gonna move on to books. So books. This book is in no way, shape, or form is it revolutionary. It has never been said before or anything like that. But my favorite book that I've read since my last favorites video is Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. I know. Everyone says that they love this book. I know, everyone talks about this book. I really liked it. It was a really short book. I think it was like 70 pages or 77 pages or something like that. I read the entire thing, and that 77 pages left more an impact on me than some books that I've read. I mean, I fucking read Crescent City, okay, which is 800 pages. Did I read the second book from Crescent City? Absolutely the fuck not, because 800 pages of the first book was more than enough, okay? I felt like I witnessed their entire existence, and there's no way I could read more about these characters because I fucking hated them by the time the book ended. That left no impact on me, even though it was 800 pages long. But the 77 pages by Franz Kafka, I still think about to this day. I literally told everyone I know, hey, you should read Metamorphosis, and I remember like texting my siblings, and my brother's like, I'm pretty sure I read this like ages ago. Yeah, I know it's not revolutionary, but it's really good, isn't it? It's really good. Like, if you don't know what Metamorphosis is about and you've never read it, it's basically about a man. His name is Gregor, from what I remember, and he wakes up suddenly, and he's a bug. Okay, they don't really tell you what kind of bug it is, and I think it's done so on purpose so that you're not able to visualize him. Franz Kafka never wanted a specific bug to be on the cover, and he always advocated against it. So I think that he didn't want you to quite visualize it because it is definitely a metaphor. It's not truly that he woke up and he was a bug. Dude, I don't easily cry when I read stuff, like when I read books, when I watch shows, whatever. I don't easily cry. I'm just a person that doesn't easily cry with these things. I cried when I read Metamorphosis. Hard. It was so sad. I loved it. I even like wrote down in my journal about it. I loved it so much. It was such a good book. I think it's definitely a book that you should check it out. It will definitely leave an impact. Okay, let me tell you what, it will leave an impact, and you'll keep thinking about it because I keep thinking about it. The second book is actually behind me. Let me go get it. Welcome to the Hyunam-dong bookshop. There you go. I got it right this time. I picked this up because honestly I liked the Murasaki bookshop, which is also behind me. I picked it up thinking that's gonna be like kind of similar slice of life, you know, but a bookshop. That's exactly what I want. I liked it. It was cute. I bought this and I did not think that I would love this book as much as I love this. Oh my god, this is so good. It talks about mental health. It talks about employment and sort of your mental health while you're employed. It talks about your relationship with work, your relationship with, you know, how we center work around life, even though technically you're miserable when you're working. It really touches upon like very important conversations, and it does so in a very wholesome manner, and it's just a beautiful book. Like while I was reading this book, I really did not want this to end, and so I would purposely read it slower and slower so that I didn't want this to end. And when I reached the end, I was so sad because I genuinely want this to go on for another like fucking 3 months, because that's how much I love this book, which is A Balm for the Soul. That is such a good description. It really feels like that when you read this. You're like this is the sweetest thing ever, and I love it so much. They also talked about a book which I literally just finished this morning. They talk about a book which is the David Freine, The Refusal of Work, The Theory and Practice of Resistance to Work. I read this book. I literally picked it up because of this book, and it was also so good. I didn't put it on my favorites because I literally just finished this morning, so I didn't have time to like properly sit down and like process the book as well. So I didn't put it here yet, but you will hear about it in my book review, because I'm gonna do a book review by the end of June. That's what I usually do. Every 2 months I do a book review, so I'll talk about it in my book review, so I guess stay tuned to that. I genuinely started thinking about like happiness and employment and work ethics and all of that things because of this book, because they touch upon this quite a bit, and that has led me down that rabbit hole. So good. It is so good. I love it, and it really got me thinking. They do talk about a lot of things that genuinely gets you thinking, that gets you to stop and think about, and like what happiness truly means. But they were talking about happiness, and basically they were talking about how Aristotle, what he said is happiness is when you work towards something and you accomplish it, and when you accomplish it, you've led a happy life, even if that you were so miserable throughout the entire time. If you achieve your goal, then you have led a happy life. And so like for example, they give the example of a starving artist, right? Someone who is basically working their whole life to be a painter, and then suddenly they were miserable their whole life. They couldn't make ends meet, they were not happy, whatever, etc. But then when they reach their goal, they're happy, but they spend their entire life miserable. So are they truly happy? So to Aristotle, yes, that is happiness. But she discusses this and she goes, accomplishment over a lifetime of hard work are amazing. But I grew to understand that what Aristotle said is basically to work for your whole life so as to earn the final few moments of happiness. To achieve happiness at the end of life, you have to be miserable for a lifetime. And I think of it this way, happiness becomes horrible. It's such an empty feeling to stake everything on a single accomplishment in life. So I changed my mind and decided to chase after the pleasure, the feeling of happiness instead. That truly resonated with me, because I think like this, because to me it's like, oh, if I have to be miserable for an extended period of time so that I can achieve, or even you don't even know if you're gonna achieve it. Like, if you are that starving artist, how do you know you're gonna become a successful painter? You may never become a successful painter. To me, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Really good. It talks about things like this that kind of get you thinking. Maybe, yeah, like, is this what happiness is? What is happiness? How am I gonna, like, it really gets you thinking. So I think it's so fucking wonderful. I love this book so much. I had to refilm that twice because I suck at reading out loud. I'm so sorry. I'm not meant for that shit. I'm slightly dyslexic, okay? Or not dyslexic, I think I have performative anxiety. Okay. On to YouTubers. I watch a lot of YouTube because I have been trying to not watch a lot of short form content. The reason why is because they tend to fry my brain and my attention span and my ability to focus, and I actually really do want these so that I can read. For example, the more I spend time, oh my god, I noticed this, like, the more I spend time on like consuming short form content, the less I'm able to read and the less I'm able to focus on reading for extended periods of time. So obviously I try my best to only consume long form content. And so I found a couple of YouTubers, or 2 YouTubers that I really want to talk about. Actually, no, 3 YouTubers that I really want to talk about. And the number 1 is Anna Howard, who does her podcast, which is called Wild Geese. I love her podcast. I love listening to her talk. And she always, like, makes the most, like, amazing fucking videos. Like, I love just hearing her talk. I guess I would say their essay videos, like, it's like sort of an essay video, I would say that. But she talks about so many different things. She talks about how to grow your digital garden. This video, which I have not seen yet, but I will be watching, because it came out like a day ago. It's called Reading is Resistance. For those who want to get away to radical imagination. She just touches upon creativity and art and basically, like, sort of more inspirational, motivational things. There's her video, which is Why Selfish Women Heal Society. I think this is one of her most famous videos, and I think I've heard so many different people reference that video since then, and I really enjoy hearing her talk. I feel like I get smarter when I hear her talk, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I really like her content and I recommend you guys check it out. The next one is Mew, or her ad is at Mew's Diary. There she is. I love her videos. She makes like a vlog. Oh, there's a new vlog. Okay, I know what I'm doing later. She makes like vlog videos. She also does the dumb videos, like favorites and stuff like that. I love watching her because I feel like she makes me like want to be more creative. Love her videography, the fonts that she puts on the video, everything is just, she's so cool. And I like look at her and I'm like, I want to be like her. Like, she dresses so cool. She has like such a cool aesthetic. She's just like, and also her videos are so good. I really enjoy watching her videos because they're so aesthetic, it's so calm and peaceful. It's like so comforting to watch. I don't know, I really like watching her. She's sort of like my comfort YouTuber that I put on and just watch and enjoy. So yeah, I highly recommend her videos and you will not be disappointed because they're so aesthetic and beautiful and wonderful, and I cannot even talk more about it. They're just amazing. Okay, just amazing. Next up is Aminasnotokay. Okay, my favorite hijabi girl, my favorite hijabi influencer. Love her videos. She posts vlogs, she posts book reviews, if you like book talk, I think you're gonna love her. She's just really funny and such a positive like person. Like, when you watch her, you just kind of smile because she's so like positive, and the way she talks and the way she acts, she's so cute. She really romanticizes like every single aspect of her life. Like, I love watching her because she's just so adorable. She reminds me like to be more positive as a person because I tend to be kind of more negative. But yeah, I really enjoy watching her videos. I enjoy her get excited over her breakfast bagel every single day and her matcha, and she's just the cutest person ever. She's so sweet. I love watching her videos. I highly recommend her. So if you want someone, you know, who's like cute, funny, then that's the girl for you. Okay, we're moving on from YouTube to Substack. Yes, I recently really got into Substack, by the way. Here's my Substack publication, which is me and my sister. We write there. My sister have not written an article yet, but she's promising me that this weekend she will. But it's called Strawberry for Thought. If you wanna check it out, I've written 2 articles on there yet by now. So yeah, here's are my favorite Substack articles that I have read thus far. There are more, but I think these are the ones that I've read during this period, so that's why I'm like trying to like minimize them to this period only. It's called We Sacrifice Creativity for Nothing by Shikra Moment. So in this article, she's sort of discussing AI's effect on creativity and how basically anyone can be creative now because of AI and everyone can be an artist now because of AI. We're kind of losing the process that we used to have to take in order to become creatives, in order to do art, and that's essentially ruining creativity and it's ruining art. Yeah, here's something. We are in an era where you don't have to think about what to consume. You will be served the content you need to know right under your nose on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, Google, everywhere you go based on your previous like. But doesn't this lock us into a certain bubble of what we've enjoyed and been comfortable with so far? We surround ourselves with only that, so we take the advantage and don't open ourselves to anything new. We don't even try to search. We just trustingly follow that what has been suggested to us is right and appropriate. We do not grow. Our views don't evolve. Our horizons aren't broader because we don't learn any other point of views. Algorithms cleverly select information to agree with what we think, so we don't even have a chance of changing our way of thinking. No one has to change their views, but it's important to have a chance to learn about other perspectives, compare, and stay with what we agree with. So as you can see, she's just sort of discussing how because of AI and because of algorithms, it has become almost impossible to be creative, to research, to look for things, because now everything is just served to you. And that essentially kills your creativity, but it doesn't also kill your creativity. It kills your critical thinking. And I think this is like a major problem. I think more important than anything is that the fact that we're slowly losing our ability for critical thinking because we're not really exposing ourselves to, first of all, things that challenge us, also other perspectives, and we're simply just asking AI and taking whatever AI says as the truth. Check it out. I will link it down below for you guys. So if you want to read up the whole thing, I will link it down below. The next article that I want to talk about is called Self-Discipline for Screw-Ups by Unverified Relations. This was posted on January 1st, 2025. I'm very sick and tired of like the discipline conversation on the internet because I think has gotten a little too much. But this is such a good article for this. Like, took a bunch of notes down because I love the analogy that he uses in this book. But in this article, there you go. He talks about it. So he uses a political terminology, right? So he says, I use it in a political sense. It is the extent to which you can give yourself orders and expect that you will be obeyed, like a sovereign exercising executive orders. Okay. Most advice on self-discipline assumes that you are an autocratic sovereign over yourself with unlimited executive power. You are not. You're more like the head of a newly installed revolutionary coalition, clinging to power by your fingernails. You have very limited expectations of obedience, so you must use it wisely. You have to make the collation and compromises that will allow you to govern yourself more effectively. You have to use your executive function in a way that compounds, buying you more power. Ministers of let's go back to sleep, let's eat the richest food we can find, and let's play video games are extremely crafty, and their sole mission is to overthrow you. If you kill them or exile them, collapse and civil war will ensue. You have to keep them soiled, pacified, and at each other's throat. He kind of rephrases sort of self-discipline kind of conversations like self-coercion and whatever, and he kind of makes them in a more political term, and so you have like this analogy in your head that you are the head of state and you're trying to fight all these ministers that are trying to overthrow you, and you have to make the right kind of orders, otherwise they're gonna win. And it's such a smart analogy. I don't know, I really enjoyed reading this article, and I wrote down so many notes from it, and I truly enjoyed it. So I think if you're interested in that, and if you have like a more political mind like me, you're gonna really enjoy this article. I really liked it. This is what an unemployed person has been doing the past few months. It's been a year since I've been unemployed anyway. A lot more books that I love, but I think I just put in the ones that I loved this spring, mostly. Yes, the spring. So yeah, let me know what are your favorite media. If you're also lifeless and sit at home all day long and consume shit ton of media, tell me what you like. Okay, I would be willing to maybe get into new things. Okay, bye. Pray for me.